Just keep breathing now, don't run away. We can still figure it out. Why do I do this? Why do I push you down? I'm reaching out. You think that I wanna let you go? Well, look at me and like some bones. I wish that I knew what was wrong. What's wrong? You told me I don't know why I do more harm than good. Each time I let you, you turn to stone like I'm a Medusa. Let my eyes down before we both break down. 'Cause I'm Medusa. Medusa.
I miss my mark, just pull me back down where I can feel some comfort in my own head, my voice within. And it can be enough, it can be enough when your efforts stop. Let it be enough. Why are these thoughts so cold? It's a feel what you're in on. I can't stop my thinking about it. But I can't change my point of view.
Is there a way to get Cola to join the Q&A? I guess I'm in here. Hey, Cola.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
So, he's typing in the chat. No, it's just
Hi guys,
Hi.
Hey, Glenn.
how are ya?
I'm good.
Okay.
I saw your films, visual.
Yeah?
It was a good film, not gonna lie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, what I kinda like your movie most, it's like, very unique of your creation. Well, you see, kinda, I haven't seen some pretty creative movies based on stop motion, but you are the guy who made, maybe, is this a Monday that made the first film as a stop motion, or someone made it before Monday? I don't know.
I think mine is the first stop motion movie.
I like the most that's how would I say, your film has a great potential with the graphics, story, and sound effects. Yeah, I'm pretty
Thank
glad that your film had a very good start. I just hope that your film might be rising up to make same way as your Inventor film did with popularity and stuff. But yeah, I kinda think, not kinda, I think that movie might be better than Inventor. But since Inventor...
Hold on a second, I'm sorry. Hey Louis, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but one of my friends just DM'd me and said that they can't hear you talking over, like, the music in the lobby. Like, the music in the game is so loud.
And I'm sorry that I haven't joined for CineBlox because my internet crashed like 6 days ago, and I haven't been joining for a few websites. I gladly that I have my slowest internet, so I had to use it to somehow join Discord or other websites. But I can join on Roblox or neither Roblox Studios to make some stuff. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So are we doing Q&A or not?
I think Louis is setting that up right now. Me and Cola were gonna be answering questions, but I don't know when he's gonna drag us in there.
I already know what the question's gonna be.
Yes.
Yay,
Yeah.
let's go! Finally, Louis!
Hello.
So there's this thing to go inside this, like the
Like the what?
Yeah, but
How would that happen? By the way, what I like the most of the red carpet premiere is that I like the design that you put in the game. Like in the film, you just like make some creative stuff that can be put in CineBlox, like that counts, that maybe as basically you're in the film. I'm just glad that CineBlox is starting to get some pretty nice ways, technologies, and all that stuff. So I'm gladly that CineBlox is gonna be rising up for better future films, great films, I hope.
yeah.
And I want to thank Luri for organizing this event.
what's his name?
Cola.
Cola? Okay.
Oh wait, is this the guy who did the editing sounds?
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, welcome to the team.
Yeah, it's great. I had a lot of fun helping.
So, how can I call you?
Cola's good, just Cola.
Okay, Cola. Are you planning to do some filmmaking films for CineBlox, or just gonna basically working with others?
I have ideas. I'm thinking I probably could work in conjunction with Super, but I do have like ideas for my own stuff that I might want to sort of pursue if I have sort of like extra time.
Oh, I wanted to ask Louis a question while he was gone. So, have you saw previous films that were released in CineBlox?
Wait, what was the question?
Did you see the previous films that were released in CineBlox?
Yes, I have. Why?
Because I heard that there was a Minako film that became somehow very popular to CineBlox and started to gain some viewers to watch it. Like it's basically like releasing the adventure, but with adding some horror and animation style.
Yeah.
And it was 42 minutes long.
Okay, I got. Oh yeah. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, the way our animated films have like really changed things.
And speaking of, oh, you can continue. Right, sorry.
I'm going to at last.
Oh, there we go.
So
there we go.
Y'all can take a seat. We're just gonna be here.
Nice.
You know what, screw it. I'm gonna join with my phone. I'm
Alright,
gonna try to join you with my laggy phone.
so I'm gonna ask you to ask questions. I think people have already been asking questions.
Yeah.
So, they
Hey,
can
Snap.
hear us. Wait, Louis, can they hear us? Oh, hey, Snap.
Yeah, they can't hear us. People said they wanted to call turn the music down a little. And
I think you should show.
so can I ask the first question someone asked?
Sure.
Actually,
I think if. Wait, Louis,
what was that?
did you forgot to.
I forgot what.
Bruh. To turn the mic on the stream, or just basically preparing stuff.
I think on my mic is on. I think I can hear y'all too.
I mean, in the live stream.
Yeah, the last show we could do.
Oh wait, so if we are doing the Q&A, does film producers can ask questions to visual that made the film, or only viewers can ask?
You can ask questions, but we'll just let Super and Cola talk right now.
Oh, okay.
But like, I'll let you know. Well, you can ask me. Actually, I'll ask one question and you can ask after. So what
Oh, wait, Lou.
question was, what was that?
You can mute me on the screen, and after that, when Q&A ends, you can unmute me.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Okay. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Alright. Okay.
So,
First
can I...
question- Oh, what was that? Did you find a question?
I was about to just say, like, why don't we just introduce ourselves first to the people in the stream? So, hello everyone. My name is Super. I'm Superlands123. I wrote and directed this movie, and to my side is Cola. And Cola, you can introduce yourself. Cola, you there? Oh, he's muted.
Hi. Yeah, like Super said, I was sort of the co-animator and editor of Moonday. I did a couple of shots with help from him learning the program. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all actually made such a really good film.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people were pointing out the art, like how cinematic it was, the style that y'all brought, because y'all changed it up a bit. I mean, I know visual style for films are very distinct, but when you brought it such a different way into animation, it was so interesting. I found it interesting. I'm sure that yeah, so y'all want to get started with some questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Scolby to the side is saying that we're not audible.
Can y'all hear me though?
Yes. Or I guess you're talking to the stream.
It's a whisper. No, I'm pretty sure the audio, like talk.
Hello.
No, this should be I can see the audio.
Super is audible. Louis is not audible on the live stream.
There we go. I think I'm audible now. I will turn off the music then. Actually, I could turn it down a bit. Oh, he's so lucky. Oh yeah, I know how to turn it down. Music's kind of crazy. There we go. Okay, sweet. All right. Do y'all? Shoot, I lost the question. Oh, simple question. How long did it take you guys to make this? What was the process?
So I came up with the idea for Moon Day about the time that Inverter came out, but at the time I was like still on the fence whether I wanted to make Roblox movies or not.
Yeah.
So I sat on the idea for a long time until about July, and July was when I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm making the movie and I'm gonna animate it. So I started writing the script about then. And then Cola came on board around September because I was just not going to be able to get the movie done by myself on deadline.
Yeah.
So he offered to help animate, and that helped out a lot. But yeah, it took about 5 months total to make the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that's a lot? Like, would you say that's good?
I'd say that was a good chunk of time.
Good chunk of time. Okay.
Inverter took like a full year and a half, but
It was also like 40 minutes long.
That's true. No, that is so true.
Yeah. It was certainly like sped up a bit because Super very kindly got me a copy of Moon Animator and sort of taught me the ropes, which sort of sped up the animation process. And
yeah, I was curious about who knew about the animation process first.
Oh, certainly Super.
Okay, cool. Super. So how did you find the ability to, I guess, what made you realize it was a good idea to have the characters animated the way you animated them? So you animated them in like
a stop motion-y kind of
stop
style.
motion way, yeah.
Yeah, that idea mainly just like out of necessity for time, because there was no way I was going to try to make like good smooth animations with the deadline that I gave myself.
Yeah.
Stop motion was definitely faster.
Sometimes for fun, we would like go back and change all the keyframes to linear and see what it looked like, and it always looked super like janky and funny.
No, I like that because y'all were experimenting with the I don't know what you would call them. The linear The
Yeah, I think
have
in
no
Moon
clue what to
Animator
call
they're
that.
called like easing styles
called easing.
between the keyframes.
No, they are easing styles. I mean, Roblox Studio
Yeah.
calls them that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because to be honest, when I do animation, I forget that that's a thing, and
Yeah.
sometimes it makes a huge difference. And you could put no in your animation. You could put no easing style, right? And that's what causes the
Yeah.
stop motion look. So
Yeah,
I found it
that's
so
what we
interesting.
did.
Y'all found that and y'all like used it. Took
It ended up being the right move.
yeah, exactly. That's so cool. Let's see. Does anyone else have another question here in the server? Ask away if you can hear us in the live stream. Okay, someone asked. Let's see
How
what
did you
question.
come up with the names of the characters? The names of the characters were just kind of, I just used a name generator, I won't lie.
No
but-
way.
So, I used a name generator, but I, like, changed some of the letters of the names, so, like, Alex was spelled with a Y instead of an E, and Tommen was just Thomas, but instead of an S at the end, there was an N. So instead of Thomas, it's Tommen.
Mm.
But yeah, the names were pretty simple. They were just name generator names.
Okay.
I heard someone else also ask what was my favorite character. My favorite character was Corin, just because he's a new guy on the crew, so he doesn't know anything. So he has to ask a bunch of questions just to know, like, what's going on. He's kind of like the audience surrogate, because, you know, you're dropped into this world, and you have no idea what anything is. So, having someone there to kind of ease the audience into the world was definitely helpful, and I like Corin for that reason. Cola, do you want to take a crack at this question?
Yeah. I think of the characters, I think I would have to go with Reyna, just because of sort of like the demeanor and personality, but also the fact that Reyna in the film kind of serves as this sort of like, if you've ever heard of like the MacGuffin in sort of like film story sort of stuff, the like driving like forward plot of the stories, like usually this like object or like significant piece, just to sort of like bring things forward in the plot, and I think Reyna kind of serves that kind of purpose, which I think is really cool.
Oh, Cola, you have a question directed at you.
Oh, I
How
do.
How did you approach sound design?
How do I approach audio design? Essentially, the way I wanted to sort of come at the sound design is essentially like putting a lot of emphasis on sort of heavy, hard-hitting sounds, because those are really, really satisfying to hear within like sort of the context of sort of watching the movie. I think really like heavy, like sort of like immaculate sort of sounds within film are really powerful way of like keeping retention and making moments more memorable within the story. So I really tried to focus on sort of those aspects.
Ooh, I'd like to add on a bit to the sound question. So, it's too bad that the audio cut out for most of the movie, because the avalanche sequence was
My favorite part.
also my favorite
yeah.
part. So let me tell you a bit of backstory. So me and Cola, we would get into call a couple days a week and work on the edit. So some days we would get like maybe half a scene done. Some days I would like go off to work and then come back from work, and he has the entirety of scene 2 finished.
Yeah.
So so he gets me into call, and I'm watching scene 2, and we get to the avalanche sequence, and usually when I'm listening to his sound edits, I'm like writing down notes of stuff that could change. Stuff like make this sound a little quieter, make the sound a bit louder, add this here, whatever. We got to the avalanche sequence, we watched the entire thing through, and I'm like, I have no notes. That was perfect.
Yeah. That's my favorite part about the editing process is when you hit it right, when you hit the nail on the head, and there's no notes.
Oh yeah, I bet. No, that was a good scene. I gotta agree with y'all.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing to take away from this Q&A, it's to go watch the YouTube version when it releases, because, you know, there's, like, no problems with the audio. You can really take it in, and, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but also, like, watch the movie in theaters as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
because, like, the YouTube version will exist eventually, but right now it's in CineBlox. Enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah.
I saw a question from Christmas Cash, about what I would bring from V2 into V3. I don't remember V2 very well, to be honest. I remember during a premiere event, I think it was the Atmospheria premiere, there were like flying cars in the sky, and you could like ride one of the flying cars like a roller coaster. I remember that being a lot of fun.
Oh
but
yes. No, that was really fun. I think there's YouTube video.
yeah,
Public-
like the
public with it,
the
yeah.
live stream.
Yes. No, I think that's gotta be one of my favorites as well. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Cola, were you here around that time?
Oh, I'm relatively new to the whole CineBlock scene. I guess
okay.
really my earliest kind of like work was the fan films that I had released, which I can't really like put an exact pin on how old those are at this point,
Okay.
but
Couple
Yeah.
months old at least.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have a question for you guys. How?
Sure.
Well, I guess for visual. Well, I guess for you both. So, how'd y'all end up finding each other?
Oh,
We've been friends online for multiple
No
years
way.
by this point.
Okay.
So we like Cola uploads his own YouTube videos sometimes, and I'll like go into the comments and call his videos like absolute cinema.
yeah.
But it's through his YouTube videos that I discovered that like, oh wow, he's actually really good at editing and sound design.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, the original deal was I would animate the scenes for Moon Day, and then he would edit them together and do the sound design. But then
Right.
he offered to do some animation as well, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So I had to buy a copy of Moon Animator for him, and yeah, that set me back $30.
No way.
Yeah. I have a so. Just sort of to expand on that, did we know each other before you started doing CineBlox stuff, Super?
I think we did. Like,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
this is.
Uh,
I think
you
we
wanna-
knew each other as far back as like 2020-ish.
yeah.
Like back when you joined the original Discord group. Because
Yeah, and then-
we've gone through multiple Discord groups over the years. Like me and this group of friends that we have online. Cola's one of them, but
Yeah, we've known each
we-
other for a very, very long time, and this is kind of the first time that we've like collaborated on something CineBlox related. And it seemed to turn out pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I saw someone ask a question about potential future projects.
Cola, do you want to answer that?
Um, I could provide some input. I think like mostly, and I don't know if this is like going to become official at all, but I remember you sort of talking about like sort of getting inspired by this movie about like sort of a sci-fi like mirroring of like the Napoleonic Wars.
Okay, so Louis, I want to ask you
Yeah.
this: have you seen a movie called Master and Commander?
No.
Okay, so it's a movie set on a British warship during the Napoleonic Wars around 1805, and
Yeah.
the movie is about this British warship sailing around South America trying to chase a French warship going into the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And so my idea was to make like a space sci-fi version of that story, basically,
Wow. Okay.
but a bit fuzzy on the details.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but you gotta like some vision. That
I
sounds
have
really
an
cool.
I
Yeah.
have an idea, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if there's any other questions.
Someone keeps asking, "What is your favorite movie that you have made?"
Right now, Moon Day.
Oh
Moon
yeah.
Day? Oh yeah.
I guess whenever I make my next movie, that'll be my next favorite movie, and it
Yeah, yeah.
and
Well,
it'll
yes,
just and it'll
'cause you keep building. Yeah, you're building upon what you did before.
It does kind of just ramp up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
I see that Gabby has a question. Or Cola, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like, if you had like a second favorite movie, it'd be a little.
The
Like a
one
second-
before.
Yeah.
What's my favorite CineBlox memory? The premieres. I really like the premieres. Like, the premiere events are always a lot of fun, and seeing the set buildings that Louis does are really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
I know, dude. We got here and I saw like the entrance to Ice Shield Hall and the Mag X and the Mag Y in the pavilion. It was so cool.
Yeah. No, I thought. I mean, I don't know what to say. I just put things together. Nothing much to it. But yeah, no, actually, I really like how it came out. I'll just show the audience the set a bit. Because it includes many scenes for the film. And
Yeah.
then there's the trees in the back.
By the way, I have to compliment you on this, Super. You did such a good job, like building Ice Shield Hall. It's
Yes.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful set.
Super. I gotta. Wait, did someone else have a question? We could make this another question.
What did you do? What do you do in your free time? Well, my free time is making this movie. Because I have college and I have a job, so whenever I get home, I have just a couple hours to just work on this movie. Now that college is done, or at least for this semester.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Scolby is trying so hard to ask a question.
What question? Oh, with the tags. Yeah. Wait, no, so Super, you built a set for the, well, to be honest, it's literally in front of us. All this is part of the scene
Yeah.
where they are eating. And, no, that scene looks amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
How the heck did you put it together?
So, Ice Shield Hall specifically went through multiple versions before I
Yeah.
got to what it is in the final movie. So, you've heard of Fire Festival, right? No, not Fire Festival. Burning Man. Burning Man Festival is like just this giant art festival out in the middle of the desert, and that was the original idea for the end scene of the movie. Is that they're at some giant Burning Man thing, and they just have like a flaming statue in the middle of a circle. That was the original.
Okay.
That was the original idea. But one of the art displays at a Burning Man festival in the past, so like these wooden pillars that you used for the front of the pavilion, that was what they used to build one of the art displays one year. So my idea was to just straight up copy that art display.
Yeah.
But then I thought like and then I watched another movie to get inspiration for Moon Day called Beowulf, and it's like one of those early 2000s CGI sludge kind of movies. But I really like the idea of the mead hall. The mead hall is like an old English, Norwegian kind of gathering place where an entire tribe of people would just sit inside of a hall and there would be fires inside, and that's basically what I built in the final movie. But
Okay.
getting all the details for inside of Ice Shield Hall was very complicated and took a long time to make it look good. It's mainly just adding more and more details until I thought it looked good enough.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it is so laggy inside of there. Like when I was
The amount of parts.
when I was shooting scenes in there, it was like running at a solid 30 frames a second.
Wow.
Do we maybe want to talk about like Easter eggs?
Are
I
there
think
Easter eggs?
Will there be another Inverter or Atmospheria 2? I don't know about that yet. I have thought about sequel ideas, but nothing solid. Cole, I see another question directed at you.
That's true. Do you think you'd be interested in making more Roblox films? I have very loose ideas floating around in my head that I might like act upon. I guess it sort of like comes down to like, I guess sort of just like semantics involving like titles and such, and just sort of like, you know, the ability to create like future things. But I've got ideas, and I think like going forward, I will probably associate myself with Studio D313.
Yeah, get that studio credit.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe.
Let's see if there's any other questions. Did you put any other movie references into Moon Day, kind of like an Easter egg? Plenty of them. Shoot, where can I start?
We
So,
should talk about Easter eggs.
so I guess like one of the biggest Easter eggs that was in the background, but you couldn't see it at all. There was a bottle of like Prime Energy somewhere
No
inside
Oh
of,
yeah.
inside the feast hall. Me and Cola were joking about that when I was building it, and and it's in there, but it's like super blurry. It's super blurry and in the background. That's just one
Yeah.
thing. There's more things to consider too, like
Let's see. There are, in some of the scenes in the background of the MagX, you can see a poster for a previous fan film that I made called Search and Destroy.
Oh wow.
That's something that we included.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, the drawing that Raiden pulls out of the gift from Jemmy, the little kid, was actually drawn from a mutual friend of ours, from that same community that's been going on for multiple years.
oh yeah, if you
Uh,
see Ender Dragon 221966 to the side,
Yeah,
That's the
right
one.
there.
that's the one who drew it.
That's our buddy.
Muffin!
Oh.
Muffin! Oh, he ran away.
But yeah,
But
Muffin drew that drawing. any other Easter eggs I can think of. Um, there's a one of my biggest inspirations for this movie was Polar Express. Like I rewatched Polar Express a lot, getting into the mind space to write the movie.
Interesting. Okay.
So the scene after Reina is doing some welding inside of the truck. She gets up, she puts the welder down, starts walking outside. Alex and Corn are walking behind her. Alex says something along the lines of like, we observe the mysterious creature out in the wild. They say her natural habitat matches her soul, stark, barren, and devoid of life.
I really like that line.
Yeah, so stark, barren, and devoid of life is ripped straight from Polar Express.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's a scene right in the beginning of Polar Express where the kid is looking through like an encyclopedia or something, and he's looking at the North Pole trying to see if there's like if Santa Claus is real. And so he reads the encyclopedia and it says stark, barren, and devoid of life. And I really like that. I wanted to keep it.
I could see why.
Yeah.
3 great words.
Someone asked earlier, if y'all could make any changes to the film now, what would it be? Or if there's even any.
So, I'm gonna answer this question.
Okay.
The original draft of Moonday was like 50-something pages long.
Wow.
So, the draft that we worked with for the movie was only 16 pages. And that's why it's such a short movie, is because it's such a short script. But the original 50-page draft of the story had a lot more going on. Like, there was a lot more character building and world building in general. Like, there's a scene where one of the trucks breaks down and they need to, like, tow it. The avalanche scene survived into the final movie.
Yeah.
But there's one scene from the bigger, older version of the movie that I wish I could have kept, and it's when this is another scene from Polar Express I wanted to steal. The ice drifting scene.
Oh yeah.
Like when the train is when the
No way.
when the train is on the ice and
That's such
they
a good
have
scene.
they have to outrun it. I really wanted to do a scene like that, but for the sake of getting the movie done on time,
constraints.
I had to cut it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could have kept that scene. That's the one thing I wish I could have changed.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
My one thing, it's a bit smaller. It's during the avalanche scene when the missile like hits the side of the mountain. There's like not really like a visual effect to like any kind of like snow puff or anything.
So you would add some more effects to that?
Yeah, just kind of
Okay.
like just like a psh when
Yeah,
the missile
yeah.
hits.
It still
So-
looks amazing though,
Yeah.
because it's snow.
I-
I see one
That's great.
question about which scene was the easiest to animate.
Mm.
All of the scenes were difficult to animate in their own way. One of the most difficult scenes to animate was probably inside of Ice Shield Hall. I gave all of those scenes to Cola because
Yes.
he really liked animating the background crowds, and I just could not get myself to do that. That would
No,
just
those
take
scenes
so
are
long.
amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The first scene when they first enter Ice Shield Hall took me an entire afternoon
Oh,
to get
I
like the first
bet.
version done.
yeah.
So I
No,
think
sorry.
yeah. The easiest one that I did, I think, is probably the scene where Tommen is receiving a gift from Swiss, the dog. That one was pretty easy because there weren't any background characters, and it was just Tommen. That one was light work.
Yeah, a lot of the scenes that we did would usually take about like a day or two to finish, maybe like a couple hours if it was relatively small. It was like
okay.
we had like a whole spreadsheet of like all of the shots that needed to be animated,
Oh yeah.
and I gave certain shots to Cole, I gave certain shots to myself.
Yeah, and we're all like color coded and everything, and Super did a really good job of just like organizing the project.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if there's any other questions. I see. Oh, someone was asking something. No, never mind.
Oh, I had a question, but I already forgot. Oh, someone asked a question. Other than movies at CineBlox, what are y'all's favorite animated movies or shows?
So hold on, let me pull out my phone because I have a Letterboxd account.
No way.
My top 4 movies on Letterboxd. Crap, where is Letterboxd?
In the meantime, I guess I'll throw my hat in the ring. I think a lot of the animated stuff that I enjoy is mostly like from a place of like nostalgia, and sort of that kind of like early sort of movies. I think one notable example was as a child, I really loved the movie Wall-E.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wall-E's great.
Wall-E's good. And now it just kind of holds like a special place in my heart. That's like an old childhood thing. I guess I don't really indulge too much in like shows and stuff too much anymore. Just kind of like different hobbies. Did you end up getting your Letterboxd?
Yes, I
Super?
do. So,
Okay.
the only one on my top 4 that's animated is a Studio Ghibli movie called Tales from Earthsea.
Oh yeah,
And-
that's a good studio.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
Tales from Earthsea is actually the lowest rated 2D movie that they've ever produced. Like, it only has
Okay.
like a 6 out of 10. But I really like it just because, like, I don't know, I just like the animation, first of all, but, like, the story itself, the more I rewatch it, the more I realize, like, yeah, the story isn't that great, but I still like it for nostalgia reasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any
I
other-
saw someone say, "What's your favorite movie genre?"
Science fiction.
I'm not surprised.
Um,
I wonder what gave that away.
I'll probably just say comedy.
Comedy? Nice, okay.
Oh, I saw a question. What's your music you listen to focus?
Ooh.
There, and like I said, it's too bad that the audio cut out for most of the movie because there was one song that played in the final scene of the movie that
it's so
I
good.
that I really liked. It was the only audio in the movie that I had to get permission from the person who made it for.
Really? Okay.
So he's an electronic artist from Japan, and his music is kind of interesting. It's very unique to what I'm used to listening to. It's like a mix of natural ambient sounds, but also like super grindy synth sounds. So he'll like take sounds of a waterfall or leaves in a tree, and he'll like sample it so that way it sounds like electronic music. It sounds really cool. But I took one of his tracks from one of his albums and put it into the movie. Yeah, and he's credited at the end of the movie too. If you can find his audio, I would highly recommend him.
As for me, I really like when I'm just kind of in like the flow state of working on things. I mostly just pop on Spotify and play whatever's in the liked playlist. But if I'm really trying to like lock in, that I'll put on some like high energy like techno kind of stuff. And hey, a lot of the time it works. Especially when it's like the kind of animation where it's like the background characters, for example. You didn't really need to put too much detail into those in order to make it just look like they're, moving and being active. So it's just a lot of like menial kind of thing that could be going a lot faster.
Right.
And I'll put on music like that just to kind of like speed myself up.
Oh, I see. What are my favorite science fiction and comedy movies? My favorite science fiction movie is Dune, undoubtedly. Cola, would you like to answer the other half of the question?
You know, I really am blanking on like specifics in sort of the genre. I guess I don't know. I'd have to think about it. There's a lot of examples. Let's
that's
see.
so
What
real.
else? What else was there?
I saw a few questions from Frosted that disappeared before I could read them. Frosted line, if you can hear me, can you ask your question?
Oh, I found them. The first one that they asked was, "Are there any scenes you think you could have worked on a bit longer?" And then he also asked, "Are there any that that we ended up cutting that we would have wanted to include?"
Any scenes that I could have worked on a bit more?
Yeah, if we had time.
Probably scenes in Ice Shield Hall. I feel like could have used a lot more work, because by the time we got to the scenes in Ice Shield Hall, it was November, and the deadline,
we were really
the deadline that I gave myself and Cola by extension was Thanksgiving Day. So that was when that's when we were supposed to finish all the animations, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time we got to
Oh,
Louis completely disappeared.
I'm here. I was idle for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Got kicked out.
Bad look.
I should
Bad
probably
look.
move around a little bit.
Come on, sit down. There we go. If you could rate Moon Day out of 10.
10, baby.
Yeah,
There were a lot
ditto.
of 10 out of 10s after we filmed, though. At least
Yeah.
I saw in the chat. A lot of people really liked it. Too bad
Yeah.
there were some issues, however.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely go watch the YouTube version when it comes out, or when it comes out in theaters for free later on. It'll probably be fixed then.
I believe it's already being scheduled in the game for people to watch
Cool.
in a few hours, so.
That's good.
Yeah. Wow, my internet connection, actually.
Uh-oh.
Now I can't get in. You know what?
That's not good.
Let's see here. I
What
should-
is
Someone
in-
asked about like
What is in-
inverter 1 through 10.
I'd
which-
rate it lower nowadays.
Yeah.
Just because, like, now that it's like been
yeah.
about
Now that
a
it's been
year
a while.
it's been
No,
about
no.
like a year since it came out, so I'm just kind of like, ooh, yeah, there's a few
Ugh.
scenes that
No, but
That
back
could've-
then, that film was probably a 10 out of 10 too.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That just means we're getting better.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions from anyone else in the crowd? Oh, someone asked a question and then jumped away. Favorite movie that I've made? Moon Day. I think
Moon
I've
Day.
already answered that question, but
Yeah, and the next time we release a movie, it's probably going to be that one.
anyone else?
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
How'd you come up with the studio name? The studio name, Studio D313. There's a bit of backstory to it, so let me tell you the backstory. When I was younger, like when I was about like 10 or so, my mom used to do like volunteer theater. Like she would go to a theater group and like act and direct in it. And the original, so that theater was called Black Sheep Theater, and it was based in a city called Rochester, New York. Black Sheep Theater eventually got shut down in 2020 because of COVID. So when they got shut down, about that point, I was starting to like work on movies in real life. So I thought like I need a name for my studio if I'm going to be making movies. So I thought when there's a poster that Black Sheep made, and they listed like because the theater itself was inside of an apartment building. We were on floor. We were in the D wing, so, and then we were in room 313. So, we were literally in Studio D313. So that's the backstory behind that name.
I had no idea.
I saw a question that asked, like, if we could expand more into other types of movies, like, even apart from Roblox, like, what kinds would we want to develop?
What kind of would I want to develop? I have a few ideas for real-life movies, but because I'm in college, I'm in my college's film club, but the film club is literally only just me.
Really?
And whoever else I can manage to like get on for a semester, but I'm the only like consistently active member of my college's film club. Well, because I live in a small town,
I see, okay.
the film club isn't a very high priority. So, yeah, I tried to shoot a film this past semester, and because, well, when you work with a crew of like 3 other people, if one person drops out, then everything else just falls apart because you needed that one person to do that specific job.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, but it's the motivation to keep me going. I just like making movies.
Yeah.
There's
like, as much work as it was to do like the animation and the editing and everything, it was really fun along the way.
Ooh, do you have any personal connection with any of your characters? Well,
Are you hungry?
Hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat breakfast?
No, why?
Go eat breakfast.
Breakfast?
It's already 2:57, boy.
I know, but I'm doing something right now.
old version of me when I was like very excited for Christmas and just like, ooh, what kind of gifts can I get other people, or what kind of gifts will other people get me? And just like thinking that Christmas was all about gifts and not really understanding what the holiday was about yet. But, and then taking another example, Reina is kind of like more of a modern version of me. She is someone that like understands the meaning of the holiday but doesn't really want to get involved in the tangle of holiday stress and stuff like that, so she kind of like sits off to the side. But yeah.
I saw someone ask about how movies are sort of made and like the software that's used.
That's a bit of a loaded question.
Yeah, I think simplest answer would be animated movies. You get Roblox Studio. You get a plugin called Moon Animator. You get characters that are able to be posed, and then you put those characters into the Moon Animator file, animate them. Make sure you've had like a script written. Make sure you got everything. It's very complicated. But I believe in you.
So, yeah, I used Roblox Studio to animate the movie. I used Google, like Google Docs and Google Drive to like have the script and have the like file sharing. So like Cola would share his animated clips over to me, and then Cola used DaVinci Resolve to animate, which is a free program, but it's like cinema grade editing software. It's really good.
Yes, DaVinci Resolve is free, and it allowed me to get the results that I wanted with the sound edit, and I would recommend it.
Yeah. I think I saw a question, but it disappeared. Oh, Cola, what is something did you learn from making this movie?
Ooh, I learned a couple of things. I learned how to muffle audio. I learned sort of like mimicking sort of like echo sort of stuff. I learned how to get audios that are Creative Commons. Um, it was a big learning experience, and really just kind of like getting that practice in is really like valuable to becoming a better editor.
Good answer.
I saw a question. Assuming there was a reliable way to show long movies, would either of you want to make a feature-length film?
Feature length probably meaning like 90 minutes or more.
Yeah.
90, like it took 5 months to make a movie that was about 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how long it'll take to make something 90 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I've gotten a question. Cola, what made you decide to work on Moon Day with Super? Me and Super have known each other for a long time, as we've discussed earlier, and when I heard that Super was starting a new project, that being Moon Day, he sort of reached out to like a bunch of people within our little community, and I was kind of the first person to like sort of step out and be like, "Oh, I'll help out." And I think when I said it, I didn't really realize like kind of what I was like stepping into.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
granted, it was great. The whole experience was honestly very, very fun. I would do it all again if I could. But
Yeah, I feel like I was like a Disney producer stealing,
yeah,
forcing Cola to animate long scenes, underpaid, just over hours. He tried to
you did comp my Moon animator, but
yeah. He tried to unionize a couple times, but we couldn't
Oh no.
the one person labor force unionized a couple times.
yeah, we couldn't allow that.
We could not allow that. But no, I Super reached out. I agreed, and from there it was kind of just like a step-by-step process of like learning and helping, and it ended up going really well.
Do I plan to extend the studio to other creators? Well, I expanded it to Cola because he was already helping. I'm not really sure because the studio is at the end of the day just like my movies. So
Yeah.
maybe not, but if anyone ends up like coming into this inner circle and helping animate more often, then definitely, yeah. It's not like I'm completely close to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I guess we're gonna have to wrap up with the last few questions since it's been 2 hours since this premiere started. But yeah, y'all pick your last favorite questions. Someone asked, "What would you guys?" Oh shoot, I lost the question.
Would you guys consider
Oh,
releasing
that's a good
movies that
question.
weren't released from Roblox Studio?
I do want to learn how to animate using other animation programs like Blender or Unreal Engine.
Okay.
Yeah. And
like- I also saw a question, would you want to make Moonday live action? I would love to make Moonday live action.
That'd be
Problem is,
cool.
I don't think I can afford it.
Yeah, that take a big budget.
That's kind of what I like about making Roblox movies, is because I can get some of these bigger ideas out of my head in a way that like looks more complete to how I see it.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously I don't have a big budget to make the movies that I want to make in real life, so instead I make it in Roblox Studio, and it looks pretty close, so it's just like, yeah, this is how I get some of the bigger ideas out of my head.
Yeah.
¿Qué onda contigo?
Decime algo.
¿Eh? ¿Qué vas a ir a almorzar?
Pues sí, güey, pero no les escucho.
¿Eh?
No les escucho.
No, ¿tú te duele la cabeza?
No, nunca dije que me duele la cabeza.
Sí, ayer. Ahorita a comer algo,
Ok, sí, voy. Ahorita voy.
For Moonday, but I think if I had to relate it back to something like Search and Destroy, I guess sort of like the characters for Search and Destroy are less so based on specific like people, but more so based on like concepts and like other media that already had to do with similar concepts. Like I pulled a lot of ideas from a game called Iron Lung when making Search and Destroy, just because, you know, they're both submarine like based media, and that sort of went into sort of the inspiration for everything.
That's good. Oh, I saw I'm gonna make this last question. Scolby behind us asked a question.
All right.
If we're happy with how all of this turned out in the premiere, and I'd say I'm happy. I definitely enjoyed myself today. This was a lot of fun being able to watch this premiere and getting everyone else's live reaction to what took months to finish.
Yeah. It's surreal. It's surreal, like working on something and then like having it actually be up on the screen, and then people are like reacting to it, and it's like this. It's all very surreal, and that's why it like motivated me to continue helping with the movie, and I'm sure it's what motivated Super.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I think that is about it then.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, and like thank you for this film. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna appreciate it, and y'all are gonna see more reactions through our Discord and all that. So
I'm very excited.
I know it for sure. I know we have pretty good critics out there. We're gonna want to say some pretty dang good things. Good things, especially.
Yeah. I want to make a suggestion to the last few people that may be in the live stream. Fan art. I would love to see some fan art.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see like how other people would draw versions or scenes from this movie. I'm just interested to see like how people interpret it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that is it, then
I believe so.
Nice.
That's it. Well, thank you guys. I hope y'all have really good rest of your days. And
yeah.
Thank you, Louis.
Yeah, y'all
like,
have any final words to the live stream?
Just
Of
like
course. Happy Moon Day.
Happy Moon Day.
Happy Moon Day. Whoa, let's go. The confetti. Happy Moon Day, yeah.
Yeah, thank Louis for getting this whole premiere stuff set up too. Like, I'm pretty sure he built the set and got the movie into the game. So, yeah, thank you, Louis.
Of course, I really wish there could. I really wish the issues that were y'all saw today were not there. We got so much to do behind the scenes with because obviously I can't do this by myself, right? But I did try my best. As you can see, the set and the movie. At least that's what matters the most to me, is that people got to see this movie and the movie worked. Obviously, obviously this game still, because it's not with just y'all's movie. There's a lot of things with people's devices and how they get to see the movie themselves. But I know there's YouTube out there. I know a lot of people are going to be able to see this movie, and luckily the movie ran really well with my screen. So the movie's there, and it's so good, so good.
Thank you.
Of course, you guys. Well, thank you so much.
I'm so glad I got to be included in all
this was really fun. This is really fun. Like, literally, best movie so far. I mean, there's good movies out there, but this is honestly a highlight for CineBlox. So thank you guys. All right, well, let's. Oh shoot, my camera's all over here. My camera person. I'm running 2 accounts right now. Anyway, quite a few people stayed.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, y'all have a good rest of your weekend. And
You too.
Happy Moon Day, guys.
Happy Moon Day.
Say bye to the live stream. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.